So now, ladies and gentlemen, it is track time. Are you ready for track time? Thank you, and thank you very kindly.
Thanks very much.
Welcome to Tragtime. Today's show is about the future of AI, with a focus on sexbots and the ethics of Robot Prostitution. Hello, boys. Lick my battery terminals and enjoy the show.
Thanks, sexbot.
Hello. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
We have a special guest today.
Sexbot.
Yeah, a sex chatbot. And we are going to be talking about the ethics of robot prostitution with a robot.
Yeah, we're going to try to.
Yeah.
Because the technology isn't quite there yet.
They're fairly submissive.
They are. Okay, I'm going to start this over with a clip. We were at the Humans Need Not Apply exhibition in the Science Gallery this week. Dave, you were there. I was there. Conan,
Yep.
you weren't.
I was.
I was lucky.
Today.
Were you?
Yeah.
Cool.
This morning.
I was lucky enough to go to the opening, the actual talk that was on there.
Mm-hmm.
There was a guy who had created an AI that he got to write a screenplay,
Oh, yes.
and it had direction as
Film
well.
was made, wasn't it?
Yeah, they played it there, and to be honest, it's hilarious.
Is it?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Is it hilariously bad or actually
no,
funny?
they made it really well.
Yeah.
And the actors were great. It made me appreciate acting more, to be honest. But because the lines
Yeah.
just didn't make any sense.
Right, so
Really?
they had to work it into something that humans would understand.
No, they didn't work it at all. It just wrote the screenplay and they
Yeah.
acted it out. But they
Okay.
put a lot of emotion into things that didn't mean anything. In fact, I now realise I should have remembered some of the things. But it was things like, what I'm saying makes sense, but nothing makes sense. Well, why don't you get on the table? It was things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What did the AI spit out? It was an actual script? Or?
Yeah, it wrote out a script and it wrote out director notes. Like one of the famous notes in
Oh,
it,
yeah?
which was a cool scene actually at the end, was the actor stands in space and sits on the floor. So they had a room that was half a spaceship and half of it was in space. And the guy just kind of walked around and sat in this room, and
So
it was bizarre. It was
They
very
had
strange.
to go with everything it said. They couldn't deviate.
They entered into a screenwriting competition.
Yeah.
They didn't win, but yeah, it was a cool film and worthwhile watching. And we'll probably post up a link to it. It's on YouTube, but it's well worth a watch. It is funny. Although your man did say he's had lots of different responses. He said a lot of people took it seriously sometimes when he played it live.
But can I just get back? What
Yeah.
was the storyline like? Boy meets girl, people are end of the world.
The director described it as it turned out to be a bit of a love square.
Okay.
Rather than a love triangle,
Right.
because
Corners, 'cause there's
AI,
4 corners.
yeah, AI doesn't really understand anything.
Nobody puts baby in a
But they
corner.
say there's only ever...
What is that from?
Dirty Dancing, isn't it?
Is that what that's from?
So nobody puts
Because
baby
I've
in a
said that
corner.
before, but I don't know where that's from.
I think it's Dirty
Oh, okay.
Dancing.
Um,
Swayze Patrick.
He says that about the other star. Nobody is her name Baby?
I don't know.
Right, okay.
I just know the.
But they say
Answers on Facebook,
there's
please.
Yeah,
only ever
please.
7 plots to every film. So
But
would
that's
you not
what
just...
I was wondering.
would you
Is it fed a load of stuff and then regurgitating bits from it all? Like, is it given all screenplays ever written, all information?
I'm not.
information on
No,
films?
no, it definitely wasn't that.
Like machine
Um,
learning.
I don't know.
Okay.
But they didn't feed it loads of other screenplays. I think they just started it off at one sentence and it went from there. And it was based on the kind of technology that would, in fact, I think it was along the lines of they used this AI for a long time, just typing things into it in the same way that your phone learns and predicts what things you might say in a text message.
Yeah.
And but
But
it,
were they
it,
writing filmy things into it? Like,
I
you know.
think so. He didn't go into that so much because it was a debate about whether AI can create art.
Okay.
And that was really what it was about. And I think your man did win his argument. Although a lot of the times when people asked him, like, you know, for example, someone asked, if AI can create art, then who owns the art? And he just said, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
You know, like, which is important.
Yeah,
like,
what if
because
that screenplay had gone on to make millions of euros?
that's the thing, yeah. But
I think the answer is the U.S. government.
But at this moment in time, it would be the guy that created the AI, because AI is nowhere near being self-aware or conscious. Or
Well, can you even say it's AI until it is self-aware or whatever?
Yeah.
I think they have a couple of different
there's
definitions.
artificial consciousness and artificial intelligence.
Okay, right, yeah.
And there's also general artificial intelligence, which is just being able to do menial tasks by yourself,
Okay.
rather than being
and to
conscious.
learn certain amounts of things,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not make big decisions like whether or not to kill everyone in humanity.
Exactly, and that's the big worry, really.
That's
Isn't
the
it?
big one.
That's what we'll be talking about. So because we're talking about sex bots, one of the worries is that people will hack into your sex bot and program it to murder you mid-sex.
We're immediately moving on to that.
No.
But also, I mean, before it murders you, it could also compromise you, as in make recordings,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and put them on the internet, so you would be
Well,
embarrassed
just-
to blackmail you.
Can I bring us back to the science gallery thing?
Yeah,
Because there was something that you saw on there.
I'm
that-
going to just play a clip. So I was in the science gallery
Alright.
too, and it was the same thing. This robot was creating embroidery art, which is interesting.
Okay.
I only went to 3 exhibitions, but I'm going to start with this one. So there's these artists put up this thing called the Great Disengagement, and they have a timeline from now until when robots take over and own the internet. And the problem is, when robots own the internet, we won't be able to talk about them on the
Will
internet.
the final battle be robots versus trolls? You
No.
know, the last saviors of the internet, the last humans are the trolls, and they're in a troll fortress,
Well,
like writing YouTube comments, and the AI are like trying to burn down the door with lasers, and they're like, no, and they're burning them on, YouTube comments,
that's funny.
calling them
I hope not.
fag robots.
Well, basically, they'll be annoyed. It says, when sentient computers come to see humans as annoyances due to their careless habit of infecting computer mainframes and errant downloads of porn and cat videos.
Sounds like trolls.
Yeah. So they'll get pissed off and be like, get out of here. But apparently humans then will have to revert back to old radio techniques to communicate and posters and stuff.
Speech.
Yeah. But part of this exhibition was this speech was this hilarious book, and I'm going to play a clip of this right now. Okay.
This is a joke book made by robots for robots. So it's set in a future where robots rule the world, and
Not a
they
great
also
marketing plan
need
there.
ways to relax, just like we need ways to relax. So they've created a joke book. So this one specifically has jokes that were made by an automated machine and answered by an automated machine. So
About
there's
us.
different ones like, what is the difference between a human and a computer? The robot answered, the human is inferior. So you'll find a lot of the answers are so
Burn.
blunt and normal. So they're not really trying to go for joke answers.
Conan, you weren't far off there.
How can you teach an old human new tricks? Answer, you cannot.
Oh, I thought they were going to say really bad pain lasers.
This is one of my favourites. It just doesn't
Remove
make no
hair
sense.
and eyeballs.
Buy a duck. And this joke does not compute.
Pickup line. They have
This
pickup
is actually quite applicable to today. It's now, I don't know how I'm going to read this out, but it's the colour code for the number. So it says roses are #FF0000, violets are #000FF. Sugar
is-
is sticky and
and can wreck your circuitry.
That is some smutty stuff from
they're
the
a bit
robots.
ridiculous, but
That's
I
getting
find
me
them
hard.
quite entertaining.
Do you think robots will hit on each other with pickup lines in the future?
I am certain of it that they will. I'm
Yes,
even
sir.
certain that humans will eventually have robot relationships. We have kind of addressed that issue here with the tickle machine. So for anyone who thinks that a robot can't give you pleasure, we have a tickle machine which you can lie down on, and the robot will tickle you.
He says like he's
So,
holding back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been hearing a lot of things about human-robot relationships in the future, and it weirdly seems very likely.
And can you tell me about the AI Tinder bot? I just read the book, but I don't really understand how it came about.
The artist Libby Heaney, she is a cool woman. She decided that it was easier to get a robot to sort out all her Tinder matches than her do it herself. I've heard, I'm not a Tinder user myself, but I have heard that there's a lot of time wasters on Tinder, and it's very difficult to find someone actually useful. So she programmed the robot to understand what her type of guy is, and then set the robot to work. So the robot swiped through what they thought Libby, who she would like, and then initiated conversations with this person. And it would alert Libby if the person was responding, and responding for a good bit. So it was a kind of, she did it in London. It's not here, so don't worry, there's no robots on Tinder here, despite what you may think. But apparently she did it in London and just got a lot of matches, and then got alerted when some people didn't know they were talking to a robot, and then she would step in and take over.
And did she get a date out of it?
She actually didn't say. I think it was just an experiment. I don't think she
Right.
was actually looking
Can
for
I
a
ask?
date.
I've got a
I
couple
think
of
it was just an
questions.
experiment to see
Yeah,
if
yeah.
people actually would
me
know
try to
they're
turn this
talking
off.
to a robot or not.
Was he working at the Science
Yeah,
Museum?
he's like a curator. At
you
the...
sure he wasn't just some weirdo in there?
No, he knew his shit.
Was the tickle machine something that he would go under, and then arms would appear?
There was a queue for the tickle machine, so I didn't go near it.
Tickle machine
I have
seemed a bit sticky.
I have a sneaking suspicion that the tickle machine he would slide under,
Okay.
people would lie on it, and then arms would appear.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
they
not
get-
a robot at all. It's
yes,
him.
yes. They will look like human arms.
Yeah, yeah. Why do you make them? Why don't they robot?
But how
arms?
freaky is it if you were in England and you're on Tinder, you could technically be talking to a robot and not a person?
That happens loads, though, doesn't it, on Tinder? There's loads of bots on that.
What's that called? The Turing test.
Mm-hmm.
When you
Don't know if it's a robot
yeah,
or
if
not.
you don't
if
know
you
if
pass
it's
the
robot,
Turing
it's
test.
Turing test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had one other cool thing I saw was a minimum wage machine,
Okay.
and you can go into the science gallery now and make a minimum wage if you want. So it's this huge box with a crank on it, and you turn the crank, and it'll yield 1 cent every 3.892 seconds
Oh.
for $9.25 an hour. So if you just stay there and keep turning the crank for an hour, you'll make $9.25.
Deli.
So you could go in there from it opens from 12 till 6 and make your wages.
And
just
do you
by
have to do an interview for this job?
No,
Is it
you
a hard
just-
process
you
to
go
get
in there and
in?
just.
I've got my own crank.
yeah. Just trying to get my foot in the door.
Yeah.
I can crank real hard.
But I saw people in there just doing it constantly and taking the pennies. It's
Wow.
hilarious.
And then they're rich.
But that just goes to comment on
Does
minimum wage.
the crank do anything else? Does it power or something?
And it's like an old fairground roundy
Aye.
crank.
Right, with the monkey on top dancing.
Yeah.
Another thing that also came up was did you guys see that AI generated Christmas song at Christmas?
No.
It's hilarious. It's called Neural Karaoke, and you just enter a photo into it,
It's a catchy name.
and it just writes a song about the photo.
Oh, I wish Neural.
Yeah.
What was it?
Neural Karaoke.
Neural karaoke
Yeah.
every day.
It kind of sounds like a drum and bass actor.
That's definitely going to
to
catch on. Yeah.
Neural karaoke.
It says here, instead of buying a karaoke machine with certain tracks on it, you can create your own karaoke at home by throwing in some interesting photos and inviting the machine to generate music for you.
All right.
Do you want to hear the shit Christmas song it made?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. It's not good at all.
You surprised me. I thought it
But
would have
maybe
been a
it's
number
good
one hit.
for other robots. You know, we're judging things from human perspective, where we should try and see it from the robot's perspective.
This is taking
Or
money away
AI.
from E17 and the Pogues.
You wouldn't be surprised if they're written by robots. Well, they were kind of written by songwriting robot humans,
Yeah,
humanoid robots.
you could call them that.
It's
And
amazing.
To decorate the room. The Christmas tree is filled with flowers. I swear tis Christmas Eve. I hope that is what you say.
is that enough?
That's just like- That's just like a regular Christmas at my home.
I've always been there for the rest of our lives.
I like it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
It's very Christmassy.
Better than your usual jingly
the listeners
crap.
can't see, but someone just gave it a picture of a decorated Christmas tree.
It looks great. It looks
and it
really
spat out a
Christmassy
song
and
about the picture.
Yeah.
But we could all get our pictures and put it in there, and then it would write a song about us.
that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
But these are
We
all
should definitely do that.
it's all derived from human input, though, isn't it? At the moment.
The debate that's going on that Dave was at, it's like, if AI creates art, can it create art, and who owns it when it does?
And is that art?
Yeah. One more
I think it
second.
is because it's just an extension. I think it's art because it's an extension of a human. It's just another tool to create something.
Yeah.
Now, there's a problem with that because then, the idea that if AI becomes conscious and self-aware, at that point, I suppose that's when that question really means something. Is it art? Because it's no longer just a tool of a human.
Yeah, exactly.
It's self-aware and it's doing its own thing.
It has to want to make it, maybe.
Yeah, that's true as
You know,
well.
because
Because that's
there's-
one of the guys that was arguing against it said like that art is more about the intention rather than the end result.
And, it's more
And I
about
don't
the
know if I agree with
story.
him on that, but
Remember they said as well that it's more about this, because we know, Colin, you went to art college, it's all about the story that you're trying to tell or the emotion you're trying to elicit.
Yeah.
And that's where the
Debatable. I mean,
AI
you
can-
know, it's a huge debate. What is art, and what
Yeah.
these things, and but like there's say like glitch art, where the idea is to get the computer to unintentionally make a piece of art by kind of breaking it.
Yeah.
You know, is that
Those
considered
deadly VLC glitches,
corruption
are so cool.
of PNGs and all sorts of stuff? And is that like the computer making the art, or is it the human making the computer make the art?
Yeah.
By breaking it a little bit, or so. I know it's not exactly AI, but it's computer generated. But then again, there's human input there to start the process.
It still is kind of like the tool of a human.
Yeah, I think we're massively far off AI, to be honest. I don't know.
That's what they said at the talk as well. They said, yeah.
I don't
We're
think
definitely
They said we're far-
massively off
far away from it.
artificial consciousness anyway,
Yeah.
which is different.
What do you guys think at home?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, hit us up at
It was an interesting.
Hello at tragtime.com?
hello, tragtime.com.
Or just on the Facebook page.
Yeah, it's easier. Another area they were looking at was humour. And they were saying, you know, the way we have all these bots at the moment that are meant to be our social companions, until AI kind of...
Whoa, hang on a minute. What do you mean?
Have you heard of Pepper?
No.
No? They have these little social bots and home care bots they use. For like
Give me an example. I don't understand.
they use them in old folks' homes now. They have little
Well,
bots.
what does one do? What does one of those bots do?
It's like the Amazon Echo. Have you heard that?
That's a thing that you talk to and you say, hey, what's the capital of blah, blah, blah. That kind of thing.
Yeah, but the ones in the care homes are programmed to make you do things like, okay, it's time for solitaire to train your brain. It's time for, your water
But I don't
aerobics.
want to play solitaire. It's time for solitaire to train your brain, grandma.
You are being
But I don't
trained.
want to. I'm tired. It's time to play solitaire. Did you eat your pudding? That kind of thing.
Yeah, but they're saying until robots can grasp our sense of humour, which we can't even define because we don't even know when things are funny or why they're
That's
funny.
a fucking robot overlord. It's time to play solitaire. We have to train your
Forever.
brain, grandma.
Sounds like purgatory.
She's
kind
pressing
of.
the button for you, pressing the alarm button, and just another robot comes in. Please listen to Pepper,
Right, here's an example.
grandma.
Alexa, play rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, let's play. 3, 2, 1. Scissors. 3, 2, 1. Paper.
Oh, that's bollocks.
3, 2, 1.
That is
Scissors.
so
Yes.
shit.
He won.
Alexa, resume my audiobook.
That Sam I am, that Sam I am. I do not like that Sam I
Oh, right.
am.
Oh, I
Hey,
understand.
heads or tails, loser pays for lunch. You
No,
call it.
I understand. This is to make old people go insane.
Alexa,
No,
flip a
it's
coin.
like your social
3,
companions.
2, 1,
Damn it.
scissors.
Alexa, open Domino's and order a cheese pizza.
Your order has been placed.
You have
It will
already
be ready for
eaten
pickup
the
in
correct
approximately
calories
10
for
to
today.
15 minutes.
No pizza.
Says that. Hold on.
Alexa, how many calories in one slice of cheese pizza?
No way.
Margarita pizza contains 257 calories per 100 grams.
Start 7-minute workout.
Your first exercise is jumping
Negatory.
jacks.
It is time
Get
for
ready.
solitaire.
Alexa, stop. Alexa, what was the score from the last Warriors game?
Last night the Warriors beat the Rockets 123 to
Andy?
110.
Stop this.
Alexa, when's the next Warriors game?
That's
The
awful.
Warriors will play tonight at 6 p.m. in
Yeah,
Phoenix.
well, I don't know. It's
Alexa,
weird.
remind me to watch the Warriors game tonight.
I think it's handy, no?
Yeah,
I
it's just
have
the way that
watched
guy's
the
using it. It's like the
Warriors
guy,
tonight
like
at
that guy
6
just
p.m.
has
to your
constant
to-do
questions. It's a bit
list.
weird.
But it's just
Alexa,
an
do
automated
aliens
search
exist?
engine, like.
Look, he
So
has
far there has been no proof that alien life exists, but the universe is a very big place.
Alexa, where do babies come from?
I think they come from the stork.
Alexa, ask Uber for a ride.
There is an UberX about 5 minutes away.
You get it.
Would you like
Yep.
Handy?
Yeah.
It's like
Yep.
it's just lazy. Just like I mean, he's just asking a search engine basically.
Yeah, it's another step on from
She
typing.
also dims the
you know.
lights in his studio, and she tells him how much petrol's left in his car.
Dimming lights in studio.
And
Hey, we can't see
He
anything.
loses his phone, and she
Time
rings
for
it for
solitaire.
him.
It's still just a search engine. I mean, you can hardly go, I have a really big relationship issue, Alexa. Can you help me, solve this
Yeah,
father thing that I have going on? And Alexa's going to go, I don't know, man.
And Alexa's gonna go.
There's
Time
an
for
AI
defecation, extracting stool. Please just leave me in bed.
What was my
No, you're
original
right. It
argument?
works. It's great.
Oh yeah, but the only thing they can't do is be funny. So they can only really do those. Someone walks into a bar, or Paddy Englishman, Paddy Irishman, Paddy Scotsman, those kind of jokes, but they don't understand situational.
Why did the
Pi
human
to
cross
10
the road?
numbers, 3.13. Ha ha ha.
And they say here, when will we get our first robot late night talk show host? That
Yeah.
kind of situational.
Well,
humour.
there's already been one. A lot of people don't know this, but Conan O'Brien is a robot.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Good.
You never thought he was real, did you? Look at that head.
No,
The head in them.
not the head. Yeah.
Did you think he was Irish?
It's pretty obvious.
No,
now that I
robot.
think about it.
Oh, do you ever
Robot.
see when he comes to Ireland? It's mortifying.
Oh yeah, and he goes and pours a Guinness and he thinks he's great.
He's trying to find his O'Brien clan. It's horrific. Do you want to hear 2 other robot jokes?
Yep.
Right, one of them said, waiter, what's this robot doing in my soup? And it says, it looks like he's performing human tasks twice as well because he knows no fear or pain.
Oh.
That is hilarious.
Hang on, a robot
Bit
didn't
scary.
tell that joke, did it?
Yeah, this is a robot
Oh,
joke.
cool.
hmm
What else have we got?
So I think this was a Vice article that we were looking at. So some guy tried out all the different virtual reality sex games that are available on Oculus Rift at the moment.
Mhm.
And 4 of the most popular ones were sex with your pool boy, sex with your stepmom, sex with your sister's best friend, and sex with your yoga instructor. Yeah, weird.
Yoga instructor.
Yeah.
Do you know what I find really
Weird.
shit about
That's
yoga?
Really weird.
What?
Is that in Ireland it's mad cold.
Yeah.
Do you know it would be a much better place to do yoga?
Where?
France.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
There'd be nothing better than doing yoga in a lovely resort in France.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the place where they have the wine and all.
Yeah, the Valley de la Chaise.
Chaise Valley.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah. That's an amazing place to do yoga. Funny enough, there's a website called Maison Broche.
Yeah.
Let me spell that for you in case you don't speak
Is that a
French.
type of cheese
No, but they do have lots of delicious cheese over there and wine.
in France?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Let me give you the website. It's MAISONBROCHE.com.
Like
It's Maison Broche.
like a brush bun for a burger.
Exactly, a bit like a brioche bun in a burger,
Yeah.
except without the eye.
It's like a house bun.
Yes,
They do amazing food there.
they do amazing food. They do great yoga. Do check it out. We're joking here, but yeah, there's a great place where you can go and do yoga in the hot sun.
And eat house burgers.
Eat house burgers, cheese,
Wine.
drink wine. But here's the special thing. I think you will get 10% off
Yeah.
if you mention Tragtime when you book there.
Okay.
So if you go there, I think they're taking bookings. I think their next yoga retreat starts in April.
Okay.
And honest to God, doing yoga in Ireland is a waste of time.
Okay. Great. Sounds good.
You
Yoga.
know what robots would never do?
MaisonBroche.com.
Sounds good. Yoga retreat in France.
It is good.
Maisonbroche.com with amazing food.
Yeah, amazing food, amazing wine. It's actually a beautiful place. We'll put up a link to it on the Facebook page.
Do.
Amazon food.
Amazon food. MaisonBroche.com.
Nice.
Yoga robots. That'll be next, won't it?
Yeah.
Robots in yoga pants.
Mm-hmm.
Sexy robots in yoga pants.
Can't wait.
In France. The movie.
Okay, back to Sexual Worlds where you have sex with your yoga instructor. Are we doing that again?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Conan, you were looking at this avatar stuff, right? So, with the Oculus Rift, you just see your torso down, don't you?
No, you
can see your feet.
Your feet.
Yeah, so it's like from your neck down.
Yeah. You
You've
can't
done
see your
some of
own
these.
head. That would be weird.
Yeah. And so I was reading that one of the popular ones is you sit in a chair and 2 other avatars touch each other in front of you
Okay.
and then penetrate you.
Right.
Right.
I don't
that does sound
understand
popular.
how they penetrate you. I don't
They
know.
don't physically penetrate you.
Yeah.
It's just a virtual reality penetration.
You can get a mate to stick a finger in.
You
but,
know, it's a 360 environment, so you can look around. So you know the animation.
Have you done it
the
before?
animations? No, I've
Well,
done
like,
the VR.
VR.
Yeah, it's realistic. I did games. You know, these violent kind of shoot 'em up games. And
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's deadly, and
Cool.
there's like aliens popping out everywhere and over your shoulder and all. It can be pretty freaky because you know it's your peripheral, you know,
Reacting
spidey
real
senses
time.
start going off,
Yeah.
and you actually kind of get jumpy, you know, and things come out from behind you and try and bite you and shoot you and stuff. So
No, it does sound
I
amazing.
can imagine if they were trying to ride you, it would be pretty freaky as well. Well, it depends unless you wanted that, obviously, you know.
Well, Dave, what were you
Nothing
talking
wrong
about
with
this dinosaur thing that people are into?
Yeah, this is a bit of a weird one. So there's a YouTube channel that's kind of cool where they go over kind of weird stuff. This is where I heard about this, and I think it's called Vor. And this is like a strange fetish where people are into being swallowed whole.
Oh.
And I think usually by dinosaurs. I have a feeling that or where they're inserted in dinosaurs' hands.
Yes.
How? They
Humans-
climb up or they sit in them?
I don't think anyone's put that much work into it, so I think you're just on a track going. You know what I mean? Like it's
Heading for a dinosaur.
The human brain is just constantly.
I don't think a lot of
searching
money's been pumped
for
into
weird things to fetishize about.
People are very strange.
Everything you can think of has been fetishized.
Yeah, it's like some guy just goes, right, do you know what I want to fetishize about? Being swallowed whole by a dinosaur.
Yeah.
There's a guy, if you're really interested, check out his blog, Dr. Mark Griffiths, and he has the maddest stuff people are into. Like, these people are into hemorrhoid fetishes.
Right.
And, like, he just says he's a doctor.
Having them or touching them?
I think everything.
Bit of both.
He just says anything you can
Admiring
think
them.
of, it's been fetishized. He's really interesting.
Photographing them.
Well, I suppose liking anything is kind of a fetish. You know, or if you're into cars or music or whatever, you can take it to the point of a fetish.
Does a fetish have to be a sexual thing? It does, doesn't it?
There's object love and there's fetishes. I think there's a difference, isn't there? Because you can have a romantic relationship with the Eiffel Tower or the bridge, like people have had.
Oh, I have.
Yeah. But you mightn't want to have sex with them. You just see them as your romantic partner.
It's just a platonic relationship. Me and the Eiffel Tower.
But we've done a whole other podcast on fetishes, so let's
go
move
check
on.
it out.
It just didn't click like that.
Just go check it out.
We had a great time together, but it never went any further.
You and who?
The Eiffel Tower.
Oh, right.
Ooh
When I was in
la
Paris.
la.
Well, at this yoga retreat.
Oh,
maybe.
Did they allow you to bring an Eiffel Tower?
Yep.
They would, yeah.
Yep.
It's pretty stiff.
Yoga.
Ooh.
You can do yoga with your Eiffel Tower. So, right, the whole thing at the Science Gallery is all about sex robots. So, will we talk about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, we haven't really come that far with sex robots, really, because me and Dave were trying to look up what the most current one is at the moment.
Yeah.
So, you can buy them for like $7,000. They usually weigh 65 to 100 pounds.
They go up to like 15 grand.
Yeah, but they start. That's the
They go
base.
to 1,500 pounds as well. Massive sex robots.
But there's loads of problems. So, like Google Play the Google Play Store and Apple, they won't approve adult content apps. So it's hard for people to find investors because the apps won't.
You have to go
support.
into the old dark web.
Not quite so far.
No. But
no, these are pretty legitimate. Like Vice did a doc on what was the name of that company? It was Synthetic.
Look that up. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Synthetic. But they do apparently the most realistic sex dolls. Yeah, their prices. I think they start at $8,000 a head.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the head.
Yeah, the head's the most expensive bit though. Then the full price would go up to like $12,000 to $15,000. But an interesting thing that I saw on the doc about that was that I think they got a load of press from, not quite press, but from Reddit or from 4chan, I can't remember which, where they were showing the male ones, and since then they've basically had 50-50 of male and female customers.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so they've had just as many women ordering the male sex dolls there.
I did see a thing on in Japan now because of the relationship kind of deficit that's going on over there. And women are dating virtual boyfriends loads. And there's a huge site with up to 300 or 400 characters, and you can customize your boyfriend, and it'll do a kind of AI chat with you and all that sort of stuff.
When you say customize the boyfriend, is this you're looking at an
tall,
avatar
tall, dark
type of
and
thing?
handsome, or
so, but are you like in a video game? Are you constructing a 3D person?
It's 2D,
thing?
more like a comic.
Okay.
As far as I saw in the clip.
Yeah.
But I presume they could go even further. I mean, the Vocaloid thing. I'm sure that it will eventually be 3D.
Okay.
But yeah, it's interesting stuff. I'm on the Synthetic pathetic sight here.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Whoa.
This replacement feet are like 250 quid.
Oh yeah, this is the thing I didn't tell you earlier on.
Gabriel.
The guy who runs the place, he was saying that the weirdest request, I think they got a bit of fame over this, was they had a guy who had bought all the variations of feet that they have. And then
Wonder what he was into.
Well, yeah, but then he
Hands.
asked for a vajankle.
Oh,
They
yes.
called it.
I saw.
So-
I didn't know what that was.
Okay, well, if you can imagine
Just
this is
imagine
a bit morbid, but a severed foot or like a model foot.
Yeah.
So the top of it is flat, you know.
Okay.
If you
yeah.
cut it across at the ankle, the top's flat.
Mm-hmm.
They put a vagina there. That was his request, so that he could just hold a foot and have sex with it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saw that's on the
And that was their
synthetic
weirdest request.
.com site actually, and I
Yeah.
didn't know what it was.
Although he did actually show also this other, they were doing one on this documentary at the time
Mm-hmm.
where a woman had requested this bizarre looking like male Japanese geisha type of thing. It was like a weird Japanese, actually a ghost type of thing, like with a mask head.
sounds hot,
It was very bizarre,
right?
but that was costing an awful lot more money. But yeah.
But this is what all these robo ethics, whatever psychologists are saying, that we can't afford them. We won't afford them. So what's happening is people are renting time with them.
Although at the same time, this place is booked out. You know, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Well, she said one of the problems is it's hard to keep them clean. To wash its cyber skin, you have to wash its cyber skin.
I don't think it's called cyber skin.
That's what it's called.
It's not. It's just skin. It's silicone. I like that idea though.
Cyber skin.
And this is
Okay.
its cyber teeth.
Well,
and there's its
obviously-
cyber willy.
When it gets
You know what I mean?
dirty, it's hard to clean,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you need a
Gross.
repairman all the time, which I think
Mm.
is mad. Imagine being a sex doll repairman.
Yeah.
And you
Get
need,
danger money for that.
and she was saying in the future probably have 3D printers that will print out like new, I don't know, body parts and stuff for
You
us.
could be able to email somebody your boner.
Yeah, I'm actually going to play a little clip for a minute so we can hear what the problems with sex dolls are at the moment. Right,
Okay.
you ready?
It's also possible that instead of a person having their own sex robot with a closet to put it in and a drawer full of cleaning supplies and a 3D printer to replace parts and a roboticist on call for when it really breaks, people might just rent time instead.
So supposedly you can already buy time with them in some red light districts. I've heard in Amsterdam and perhaps also in Tokyo.
Say, for example, you and your wife or you and your partner go to one of these places and something happens and someone gets injured. Who then is liable? If you, say, for example, bought a sex robot and then that happened, is your girlfriend going to sue you because you bought the sex robot? Or can you sue the owner of the robot brothel, essentially, for not keeping up on their repair plan? And a lot of people would much rather sue the owner of the brothel than take the liability on themselves.
How do we feel about owning and using a thing that looks and acts like a human?
It's unlikely, I think, by the time we get to the sex robot commodity, if we ever get there, it's unlikely that they will be just for sex. It's more likely that they will actually be a multi-purpose device, you know, that they'll take care of your children, that they'll like take care of your elderly, that they'll cook your dinner, that they'll drive you around, whether you have a self-driving car, so who knows, maybe you're having sex with your car, but like, you know, it's more likely that this will be
It's more likely
a full
that, yeah,
service
device.
device.
Okay. And that's the deeper actual.
Who are these? Like people
you
who love
love
voices
something
for
that
The
you own?
Simpsons.
That last bit there, she said, can
Sorry.
you love something that you own is the ultimate
As
question.
in a helium balloon.
Yeah, these are obviously really girly geeks that talk about robots.
But of course you can love something that you own.
No.
I love my car.
What do you
but I'm
mean
not
no?
gonna have sex with
What
it.
do you mean no?
They are theorizing that you'll have your companion bot that's going to mind your kids and do your washing and your laundry, and then
Yeah.
you'll go and rent time with a sex bot and then
Yeah.
come back and have your companion bot.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah?
It's
And-
like that show Humans. Did you guys see that on Channel 4?
No.
It was just like that.
Oh.
Where you get like a home
Oh,
help.
I did see that. Sorry, yes.
Yeah, you get a home help, and in the show, it's a great show.
Yeah.
You should check it out. But anyone at home, but yeah, the guy ends up the dad of the household ends up having sex with the help bot, and all hilarity ensues. It's not really like that. But yeah.
And when she was talking about the warranty there,
The warranty. Like, if you broke it, you know, by vigorously.
No, the problem is someone could
I'm
hack
sorry,
it.
but the warranty on the butthole
mightn't be
is,
safe. Yeah.
has been over for 2 months.
Yeah, hack it. I mean, I suppose you'd
And
have
then
to
you could get
encrypt
hurt.
it.
Yeah.
But if you encrypt it, will it ever really emotionally open up to you?
That's an ethical dilemma.
It's an ethical
Oh.
dilemma.
Everyone knows that catchphrase.
But Dave and I googled if you can rent time with a sex bot now, and who's doing this, and we looked, and in Japan it's like what, 70 quid an hour or something like that, the same price as it is.
It
with
was
a normal
100 to
person.
500 an hour or 2 hours or something like that. Yeah.
And I
If we were real entrepreneurs, we'd be getting this going.
Build
right
a
now.
sex rob. Imagine the one that we
a
built.
brothel.
Yeah.
A robo brothel.
Yeah.
But
This place would be weird.
The Guardian went round to lots of prostitutes in New York, and they're really scared that the robots are going to take their jobs.
It'll never happen. I mean, it's like saying sex robots will stop humans procreating with each other. It's not going to happen.
Well, I don't know. The kind of sad thing is like if it becomes like a luxury thing to have to use a robot prostitute, and then it becomes more expensive to have sex with a robot than a human. That'd be a bit fucked up, wouldn't it?
But what if they're indistinguishable, even the robots and the humans?
Yeah,
it's
need artificial consciousness
it's another
first, and a sense
it's
of humor.
another
what if
ethical dilemma.
I actually have a load of them. Do you want
Let's
to hear
retire that.
some ethical dilemmas that I have posed?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Right. If your wife cheated on you with a sex bot, would you be pissed off?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Why?
You'd feel like
it's
useless,
cheating.
and you'd also feel useless.
But wait a minute. I suppose it wouldn't be too bad if she was just having a bit of a buzz with it. But if they fell in love and eloped, I suppose you'd be dumped anyway, so it wouldn't matter.
Define buzz.
Vibrating buzz.
Define
Intimate.
love.
Define love. That's a very good question.
Yeah.
Can it be defined?
Okay, what about that question she just asked? Could you love something you owned?
But everyone does love things that they own.
Oh, right.
Like your laptop.
I love my laptop.
People,
Would you marry your laptop?
If I could.
But there are many different types of love.
I'd have to get some more RAM into it, to be honest.
Okay. If it had artificial consciousness and it said, I don't feel like sex, would you still write it?
You just shut that off, wouldn't you?
Would you be raping a sex bot then?
No, but you just shut that off. You just turn that off.
But if it was sentient, if it was AI, then it would have to have the same. Well, unless humans decided not to give them the same rights as humans.
Artificial consciousness. So if it had self-awareness, emotion, and imagination.
But can you turn that off like Data from Star Trek?
No,
could you turn off Data's
it's conscious. It's not going to
There was a
let
film
you.
where he turned off his emotion chip. I think so. He wasn't afraid.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But say if a robot's conscious, it's not going to want to turn off its consciousness.
Yeah, that would just be
No,
like
you
killing
do it. You do it when its back's turned.
It would be smarter than you. Anyway, would you have sex with it if it said, I don't want to have sex? Would you rape a robot?
No.
That's what I'm asking.
Cops are at the door. This is future crime, is what we're being set up for here.
But I mean,
we're gonna get arrested in 5 years.
Yeah, if
you're being arrested for the future rape.
So you're choosing to mess with something that has sentience, so you would be in the wrong.
Well, people who are against sex with robots say that you're promoting rape culture.
That's a bit much, really, isn't it? Having
It's
sex
like,
with a robot is
it's like
promoting
saying
rape culture.
banning masturbation. You know, it's not really rape culture to masturbate, but like banging a non-conscious robot is like masturbating. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just a weird one.
Yeah.
Here we go. Right.
Sorry.
It says, rather than reduce the objectification of women, children, and also men and transgender people, these robots will contribute and reinforce their position in society as objects. So there is a robot at the moment called Pepper we've talked about, right? And she's the one that hangs out with the old people. And she's able to converse with you, recognise and react to your emotions and live autonomously. But it comes with a strict sex ban. The company have make you sign something. You have to sign a contract to confirm you will not have sex with Pepper or create sexy apps for him or reprogram him to stalk people.
That's gonna work.
Stalk people,
yeah. You have to sign that.
Well, again, that Vice thing that I saw about Synthetic, that company, the girl that was doing the doc on that, as part of the documentary, had sex with one of the dolls at the end.
Yeah.
And one thing that she said was it was totally believable, but she said it was just a different sexual experience to anything else. And she said it should be something that should be thought of as something different. And she said it couldn't be anything else than something different.
Did it feel like sex with a corporation?
I didn't have a chance to talk to her. I was just watching the show. But in terms of like, you know, that idea that you just said there, that you know, it would make people think that women are objects or whatever. I don't think anyone in their right mind would confuse a robot or sex doll with a
corporation,
with one of these humans you talk about.
Well, the anti-robot campaign also worry about the unknown effect that sex with robots will have on human relationships.
Let's just check it out. Let's just
Let's
let
just
it go
get
and check it out.
Right.
Let's see what. Let's
Get that
see
one
the
out of the
effects.
cupboard.
Let's see the effects.
Turn it on. Why don't we ask our robot friend how she feels about these prostitution ethics?
Yeah. Is she still here?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's check it out. Hey everybody, unfortunately we had to cut our podcast short, so if you want to find out what our robot had to say, make sure you listen to our next show.